to talk about how to navigate between different pages in Next.js. If you aren't already subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel for the latest updates. Let's begin then. So far what we have seen is basically creating different pages and layouts. We've seen in the previous video we create the Next.js pages with layouts, and now we're going to start with the navigating between different pages. Now, how to use the next link component and how to show an active link with use path name hook, and how navigation basically works in Next.js are the things we're going to talk about. Now, what is the reason to optimize navigation? Well, to link between pages, you traditionally use the anchor tag, right? At the moment, sidebar uses the anchor tag generally, but notice what happens when you navigate between home, invoices, and customer pages on the browsers. If you just use an anchor tag, what's going to happen is the page is going to reload, right? So you don't want the page to be reloaded, because we want the client side navigation, so that when you click on each of these, there shouldn't be any page reload, right? You can see there's no page reload. How do we achieve with that? Well, Next.js provides you with a link component out of the box, which you can use instead of an anchor tag. Okay. Now, to use the link component, you need to open the navlinks.tsx and import the link component from the next link. So let's do that. So we are here. Let me close all this. Start from app, UI, dashboard, navlinks. Okay. Now, we could have very well just use this directly into our page, but you know, this is like a wrapper of all the links. We're looping through all the links, so this is pretty useful. And then I can just use the navlinks component. So what's happening here? So basically, we are importing the link component from the next link package, and then here we have an array where we have different links. We have an object which contains the name of the link, the URL of the link, and the icon. So here the first one is home. It should go to the dashboard when a user clicks on it. Second one is invoices. When you click on that, it should go to dashboard/invoices, and this is the icon for that. And then similarly for customers, this is the URL and the icon. If you take a look at these icons, basically these are here imported from the hero icons React 24 outline. There's a package available where you can use these icons. You can install these packages and you can import these icons. So if you check the package.json, you can see that this package has already been installed when you install that the example project, right? So they already got installed with that. Okay, so you can import all of these icons basically, and if you go to hero icons, React, that's the one, right? There's the package. There's all the icons available from here. Okay, so anyways, I won't go too detail into this, but you can take a look at all the icons that are available here that you can use. Now, so then we'll loop through this array, and then for each of these links, we'll go ahead and use the link component. And inside that, under the key attribute, we'll use the name of the link. So that will be basically the key we're using, because the key should be unique, because when you're looping through in a React component, you know that we need to use a key, right? And then href will be this href. Okay, for each one will be different. And then you have the class name. So here we have some Tailwind classes, but we also have something like, if the path name equals the link, then go ahead and highlight that in a different way. So if you take a look, when you click on it, right, this one is highlighted in a different color, and that's happening through these extra classes. So we have something available called path name. Okay, from use path name. So use path name is available from the next navigation, package. Okay, so with the help of this, we can find out whether the user is on that current path or not. Like if we click on that, is the URL the same as this link or not? If it is, then go ahead and you know uh, highlight it in a different way. So basically, um, this link right here should be the same as this one. Then the path name will be the same. Okay, so that's what we're checking over here using link icon. Again, link icon will be available from let's see where it is. Link icon component here, link.icon. Okay, so that's the icon basically, and then the link.name, so that will be the text inside of this, like invoices, for example, home, or customers. That's basically pretty much it for this component. And then if you go to the layout under dashboard, we're using side nav, and inside of side nav we are, let's have a look, using nav links right here. Okay, and that's responsible for rendering this. All right, so that's what's being explained over here. Let's move. Let's make sure we've covered everything. Okay, so we already discussed all of that. Automatic code splitting and prefetching. To improve the navigation experience, Next.js automatically code splits your application by route segments. And this is different from a traditional React single page application where the browser loads all your application code on the initial page load. When you're using a standard React application, your browser is actually loading all the code and then basically hydrating your JavaScript, and then the navigation works. But here there's code splitting. What does that mean? Code splitting by the routes means that the pages become isolated. If a certain page throws an error, the rest of the application will still work, which is great, because in a single page application, if there's some error, the whole application goes down, which is not great. This is also less code for the browser to parse, which makes your application faster. So the browser only has to look at the code for that particular page. Furthermore, in production, wherever the link component appears in the browser viewport, Next.js automatically prefetches the code for the link route in the background. What does that mean? This means that if you are on this dashboard, there are other links over here, right? Invoices, customers. So whatever routes are available, whatever the code is available for these, Next.js is going to basically what it's saying is that the Next.js is automatically prefetching the code linked to these routes for invoices and customers, like these codes. It's going to load it in the background. Okay, so by the time user clicks on it, the code is already available for the destination page in the background. This makes the transition nearly instant. So that's why you see you click on it, it's straight away there, right? So it basically is going to be more performant. So these are the things basically Next.js takes care of, which makes your application like really fast. You can learn more about how navigation works here. If you go into the detail, basically like NextRouter uses a hybrid approach for route and navigation. On the server, your application code is automatically code split by route segments, and on client, Next.js prefetches and caches the route segments. This means when a user navigates to a new route, browser doesn't reload the page, and only the route segments that change re-render, improving the navigation experience. What is code splitting? It allows you to split your application code into smaller bundles to be downloaded and executed by the browser. This reduces the amount of data transferred and execution for each request, leading to an improved performance. So server components allow application code to be automatically code split by route segments. This means only the code needed for the current route is loaded on navigation. Prefetching, already explained, is a way to preload a route in the background before the user visits it. There are two ways routes are prefetched. One is link component, where router automatically prefetched has become visible to the user viewport. We already discussed this. Prefetching happens when the page loads first, when it becomes into the view of scrolling, and then router.prefetch. You can go ahead and read more about it. Okay, so you can read more about caching, partial rendering we already discussed, so that's fine. Cool. What does Next.js do when a link component appears in the browser in the production environment? Download additional CSS, preload images, prefetches code, link route, enable lazy loading. What do you think? This one, right? So we discussed that whenever a page is loaded, for example here, whatever links are available, Next.js is going to prefetch the code in the background so that when the user clicks on it, it's already available for the user. Okay, let's check. That's correct. Excellent. Okay. Then let's see. Pattern showing active links. We already discussed this. Using path name we can show the active links. I explained that to you, but I'll just go over it quickly. So common UI pattern is to show an active link to indicate to the user what page they are currently on. To do this, you need to get the user's current path from the URL. Next.js provides a hook called use path name. I just showed that to you some time back, which was use path name, this guy, right? Then you can use to check the path and implement this pattern. Since use path name is a React hook, you will need to turn the navlinks tsx into a client component and React's use client directive to the top of the file, then import the use path name. So that's why you're seeing use client, because it's happening client side, so you need to convert this component into a client side component, right? That's important. Alright, then next assign the path to a variable called path name inside your navlinks, which we did already here. You can use CLX library introduced. We already discussed all of this. We will ignore that. Yeah, all good then. Perfect. So okay, so I think in the next chapter we're going to talk about setting up your databases. But thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, leave the comment and do subscribe to my channel for the future videos. Thank you very much. Bye.